I'll let you know. Son of a bitch. Don't even bother.
That's a yes and a half if I've ever seen one. So.
I don't know why it's been doing this lately. One moment as I go through pains to rectify this.
Yay! Pay up, lost server. Yay!
Yeah, like I said, I have to go through a pain in the butt to rectify this. I don't know why it's been doing this lately. It closes the server for whatever fucking reason. But I know a fix for it, so I'm going to try to do that really quickly. Okay, let's go to that. Okay, do that. See if this fixes it. It's probably why the image didn't show up either. Because of that little fart. It works again.
Reload.
Hopefully it doesn't keep doing that throughout the freaking night, but I'll keep the other window open just in case. That way I can quickly do what I need to do and fix it.
There I am.
There we go.
I don't want to know what happens when we step in it.
You know what happens when you step in it.
You're right, I do.
Bad things.
Not good, hurting things.
Yeah.
Move.
Yeah. You guys walk out to see see a burned, corrupted mound of grass, and in the center is a small bit of malice.
A small little
little dab.
How
insignificant.
How the fuck did that get there?
So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's Pee Wee? 4.
Hello, I just thought. Whoa, we really are gonna need to build an orphanage and fast.
Okay. Where's...
Did you spill some monster extract?
Yes, that's exactly what happened and nothing more. I'm so glad you said something. I just look at you and just...
Monster extract's purple.
No,
This is red.
I'm kidding. So, do y'all remember the weapon we got that everyone haphazardly just discarded because it was pretty whatever? You had to sacrifice a bit of your life to deal a little bit of extra oomph on your hit. Well, I was gonna get my weapon reforged and have a little bit of an upgrade because, now's the time to do those kinds of things. And so I decided, well, it's getting done. I'll just, I'll attune to that and just kind of scratch the back of my head. And I kind of look at Raudak and I go, there was a story you told me a long time ago about a male. And then as I say this, I do not look to either of the Sheikah. I go, or either of the Gerudo, or I guess just Samira. I always think Taiga's a Gerudo for whatever reason. I go,
honorary
a Gerudo
honorary Gerudo
male was the...
I've only told you 2 stories or so.
Well, yeah, but just the fact that you told me about a Gerudo male, and
what did you say?
It was the King of Evil's sword. His name was Ganondorf.
Okay, does that ring any bells to me normally or no?
You go roll a history check.
Okay.
Roll fucking high.
Yeah.
Yeah, farmer boy.
No.
Can I
Never
check?
heard.
Grippeldorf?
Grippeldorf? Gripple Dipple?
The horse thief? Out in Merry
Samira,
Way?
you can make your history check if you choose to. DC won't be as high.
Oh fuck.
You remember your sister talking about the King of Thieves and how your people were marching their way towards that path again.
Oh no.
Fallon,
This is
nothing.
Nope. Grimpledor?
No, Ganon.
Ganondorf.
Yeah, I thought it was a dwarf whenever he first talked about it, and apparently not. Pretty
What's a
big,
dwarf?
pretty muscular. It's a whole other conversation. Don't focus on that. Either way, he gave me and when I say this, my
He
eyes kind of
gave
like
you?
gloss over a little bit, and I have this like wild smile on. I go, an immense amount of power in exchange for
Slowly reaching for my axe.
Reaching
all
for
of
my sword.
Hyrule, actually, and
Where's Tyga?
I stare at her and I go,
Here.
and I managed to decline. And at the cost of what I thought was going to be my life.
Wow.
And my wife's
It was
life.
really going to be your life?
Yeah, I don't think you know who this guy is. I didn't
really
really
don't.
Can I
either
make
until
an
I
insight
figured
check?
it out.
Make an insight check.
He
For the short
Mm.
answer, Fallon, he caused the last calamity.
Double
Oh.
11s. 17. What are you trying to incite exactly?
if he's telling the truth that he denied.
Private roll a persuasion or deception check, if you would, please, Laura.
I would love to.
Let's get that charisma going, my guy.
That fat 0 charisma.
Hey, no. He's rizzed out. He's rizzed out.
You got them thick ass glasses, you know?
Wow.
You know that Lorath is evasive for the most part, but in this instance, it seems that he's being truthful.
Samira takes her hand off of her sword.
He gave me spells that could easily topple armies. He gave me power wildly beyond anything we've ever even conceptually thought of. I don't even think we could dream of anything like it. It was really overwhelming, and it shot off a lot of red flags. And I managed to break free, and I hurled the weapon out the window, and it shattered the window. And the moment it touched the ground, it started leaking, and I thought it was going to pierce straight through the ground and head towards the that's what I wanted to talk about this morning, but I got distracted. I thought it was heading towards the I'm gonna call it a sarcophagus because I don't know what it actually is that is embedded underneath the guild hall. But it was burying itself, so I managed to lift it into the air, and our boy Link over there came out with another black box, and we managed to entrap it. And Impa showed up in the morning, and then not the morning, showed up and then put a bunch of seals on it, took it, and left. And said she was going to bring it to the Queen of Hyrule and destroy it. Yeah. As a result of all of this, in a totally different thing, I am significantly weaker at the moment. And I have the powers that I have. I won't be having any more. And I'm a little distance from Lilith at the moment, and a lot's going on. Any questions? Anybody need clarification on anything at all?
You would have
You
died if you
need
took
an
that bargain.
exorcism.
Why you?
Literally just did this exorcism. Raudak, I don't know what you just said. Fallon, I'll get you in a second.
If you took that bargain, you would have died.
Oh, I'm painfully aware. He made it very clear, actually, the moment I let go of the sword.
Took my hand off my axe finally.
So much power. Fallon, as for you, I have no idea. I, honest to God, all I did last night was write up plaques and memoirs about Katali and Bayan, about our first adventures, and that sounds really sentimental and it sounds like a lie, but it's the actual truth.
Well, I
And
believe
just
you
wanted
because
to
I saw
figure
the
out-
plaques and on the wall and stuff. So
It's literally all I wanted to do. I just wanted to tune to a goddamn weapon because I knew I'd be getting rid of mine. I don't know.
I think we're
Why
going to
this
be
shit
taking a
keeps
little
happening
while
to
to
me.
relax, if I'm being honest with you. As much as I want to be on the move ASAP, I think we're going to be forced to take a couple days. So,
Samira, you're in this hallway, and Mabel and Laurel are there, and Mabel goes, I was wondering what that crash was that night, and Laurel pipes in. Yes, I was informed about it this morning. I was going to see if I can do anything about it. And they both just take a deep sigh, and there's a resolution in there. Samira, welcome to the mess.
How long is this? Is this what you've been researching here?
I haven't been doing any research. I've been doing my duty, which is guarding the king. And
Guarding him?
yes.
We sent you over here to speak on our behalf, and you are guarding him?
A lot has happened, and a lot has happened. It's a very long discussion, and you don't know the whole picture.
Please enlighten me.
Not here.
Laurel, I have been sent across the continent because things aren't going well back home.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, that is perception. That is wrong.
As she does.
damn.
Come on.
You're right. Things haven't been going well, and I've tried my best to stem the fires of another conflict while I've been here. And everything that's been happening has been happening because it has been the best course to keep the peace. Under my directive.
Your directive, which is?
You are most likely here because, like you stated, the men at the gate,
Yes.
they are under my orders.
But why?
That's
You placed them there?
yes, Samira, and there's a reason for it.
Hopefully a good one.
Yes, there is.
For your sake.
I will explain more later. I promise.
You better. I will not tolerate. And she's just like squeezing the circlet in her hand.
As you do, she catches eye of it. And she goes to grab your hand. Do you resist at all?
She's mainly like gripping onto the crown,
Okay.
but she doesn't pull away.
She grabs her wrist and she holds it up and she goes, "When did you get this?"
When do you think?
I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Have you put it on?
No?
Don't.
And why shouldn't I?
I can show
You
you.
know I can be reasoned with.
I can show you or I can explain it. Your choice. But you might not believe me if I explain it.
Then show me.
Get your little friend over here.
Tiger.
No. The scraggly one, the leafy one. Oh, he's kind of tall now.
Oh my.
Oh, no.
A friend is an interesting.
Your
word.
compatriot. Trust me, he'll be the best one to
Get broken! I'll go get him!
I just looked at Tiger. Tiger, I don't think I've ever talked to Samira ever in my life. I don't even know who she is.
Small one! Pee-wee!
Oh,
Yes? Oh.
Where did you go?
Would you please come here?
Wait, no, hold on. Where did you go? When did you leave? What happened?
Follow me.
What the?
okay.
No.
Where are you going?
No, I'm, yep, group huddle.
Okay. Well, help! I'm between two strong men. Help! There's another one coming.
Why are we outside my room? Get out of here! Get out of here! Go on, get out of here! Go ahead!
She
Get
goes,
out of here!
It's too cramped out here. Everyone outside. Everyone
Go
outside.
outside!
Oh wow.
Don't look at the. No!
it's really
God,
bad.
not outside! No!
Did it
Oh,
get
this
worse
is
in the
way
time
worse.
that
It's
we
as
were
bad as I
inside?
thought.
Start banging my head on the. I'm kidding.
Go ahead and place it on your friend.
Samira will walk over and she'll take the singlet and kind of brush a few leaves off of his head. And also as like like is he gonna like jerk away?
Do you let her put the circlet on you, Pee-wee?
Yeah,
You become the
fucking
princess,
bestowed with magical things.
So she'll kind of with one hand hold the circlet. She brushes a few leaves off, and then with both of her hands, she'll see if she can balance it on his head. Because I'm assuming with the leaves, it almost seems like it's just gonna fall off his head.
It's a little awkward at first, and it's definitely not fit for him. But it eventually, you're able to find a nice balance. And she looks, Laurel looks at everyone and she goes, all right, everyone might want to take a step back.
I blink really quickly and go, "Am I pretty?" With this little circle.
Your
George,
Very.
if he does any, like, if it looks like there's about to be like a fucking bomb that happens, I'm just ready to mage hand and lift the stupid fucking thing.
Laurel looks at you, Pee-wee, and she goes, by the command of Yara, Malaso umbusca ecum spiritum. And you see the gem glow. Pee-wee, make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Pee-wee.
I don't have a thing open. Wisdom, you say?
Wisdom saves.
That's pretty solid
Oh shit! All right, yeah.
for a 10.
You need a DC 25.
Oh
So
my God.
Jesus.
Oh,
Pee-wee,
Jeez.
I'm becoming a Gerudo, no!
there's a hatred for Hylians.
Oh, he already had
And-
that.
He already has I don't understand,
They all
George.
look the fucking same to me!
What's the difference?
There's a hatred for Hylians unprecedented than before. Before you were able to stand them, there's a burning hatred for them. You look around your friends, and they're just targets to be eliminated.
Specifically
Nothing's
Fallon,
changed.
because I think
My god, cast a spell on us right now. Just fucking, dude, circle of death, send it.
Kill us all. Let's all gather around in a circle. Hylians only, of course.
Yeah, alright, this is fine. Mage hand. Telekinetic grasp at the ready.
Loras, no! She fucking she pushes you to the she pushes you away.
Ah, fuck, why?
She shoves you away. Do you know who I am? She grabs you, Pee-wee.
No,
Of course you don't. I've
never met you in my life.
I am
Pee-wee,
your
do you know who I
superior
am?
officer.
I'm like a mutual friend with you. I don't know you.
Kneel. You hear Laurel say, there's an overwhelming need to kneel down right now, Pee-wee. And it's...
I stand up straight and then I kneel perfectly.
yeah,
He's a pretty princess.
lie on your back.
Well, okay. I just lie on my back.
What the fuck is that? Keep it on him, please.
Remove the circlet.
No. Keep the
I'm
circle
so
on.
pretty, but all right. I just pop it off like.
The feeling vanishes.
No, it just not.
And you don't... Yeah, it melts down. You no longer want to kill everyone around you.
now it's just Fallon again.
yeah, it was just Fallon.
I glare at Laura.
No. It's him. It's him. My point left.
Laurel grabs the circlet. Do you remember a while back? Most of our people had this on.
Mira thinks about it.
Make a history check.
Oof.
You don't remember specifically who had it, but you do remember there was at least half a battalion was wearing similar cut stones. Not initially the same looking, but the same type of gem. This is to force obedience. upon us. It is a very old magic.
Y'all's leader sucks.
I'm beginning to think
Samira
that this
gives him a
is.
death glare.
Oh, don't give me a death glare. Who? What? Didn't they just send that to you?
I think that this is something to be talked about at a different time where we can actually sit down and piece together with Samira what we think is actually going on. And I'm sure the king will have many more answers to the questions that you're looking for.
This would be a discussion, yes, but it would be with me and Samira.
It sounds just fine.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with us. This is well outside of our ruling. If either of them want to bring it to us, we would love to be able to help. But this is clearly a bigger matter.
She hands the circlet back to you, Samira. Hold on to it. Do what you will with it. Don't put it on.
No kidding.
Can I have it
I-
back?
It's one of the
No,
reasons why I
Pete.
left.
One?
Yes.
Also, you didn't tell me you left.
She
You
did.
told me you were banished.
I am.
No, she left.
I'm banished, Samira. I'm no longer welcome home.
I was
You are
told
out
you
of our
left.
secrets.
I'm sure you were told. Have you been asking questions lately?
Questions to whom?
Questions to Yara.
I've tried. She particularly can't look at me for extended periods of time. Ever since then.
I'm not here to sully her name, but this might be a more comfortable method for her.
Comfortable method for what?
Having a tool that doesn't ask questions.
Ooh.
But enough about that. There's a lot to unpack, and I can go on for hours about this, and we simply don't have the time.
So then, what is our next step?
I'm here to bring the white whales to His Majesty. There you can discuss your situation with him.
You know that there's a tracker on this circlet.
There is. But it only activates... Oh, wait, I already activated it. You might want to throw that into a box somewhere.
Link!
Oh, I could wear it. I kind of liked it. My dogs are freaking out.
Pee-wee just starts
Your
howling.
dogs are barking. Little group howl there, Pee-wee.
I can take it and hide it.
I'm a druid now.
God.
You can securely hide it?
Yes. Snatch.
Go ahead, hide it.
Like she
I
goes
swear,
to try to hand it, but
if I
that's
hear-
just taken.
If I hear that secret door open, I'm gonna.
You won't be able to
fucking
hear
start-
anything. Roll stealth check.
The door doesn't get stealthier.
The taiga does.
You're gonna sneakily pull it.
I will
Oh,
phase his ass through walls if I need be. Okay.
Phasing through walls.
You're pretty stealthy. You're feeling pretty sneaky today, as you always do. As that's going on, there is one other business I was sent here for, and that's this.
Are there any other important revelations people are holding on to? We've had 2 so far. Where's the rest?
I wasn't holding on to this. I happily was ready to shoot.
I'm feeling a little racist today. Don't know why. Just a weird vibe.
Wherever you decide to hide it, you already rolled your stealth, so just let me know where you want to hide it and send it to me through Discord. As you're all having this discussion, you see Laurel look into this puddle of malice. She kind of examines it. She doesn't touch it. Well, there's good news. This should go away in a couple days, give or take.
Oh, that's great. You're really close.
Yes, don't worry. I was going to try to smite it, but couple of days, as long as you keep a wide berth around it, you should be fine.
When you say smite, what do you mean?
Oh, I just pulled out my sword and she like ignites it with radiant energy. And she goes, and I hit it really hard.
That's awesome.
You have a spare, by the way. I just pull out my shitty little rinky-dink axe. I'm like, kind of lost my, I kind of got. It's fine. It's fine. I just put it back.
But that won't be it. I like how Roundneck took a step back.
Yep.
He's like, nah, fuck that.
Alright, like, I'm gonna take a step back real quick.
But the sunlight should do most of the work and dispel this.
I want to know how to do that.
Well, when you find a teacher who's able to teach you this, it's all about faith.
Oh, okay. Is it Hylia?
It's whoever you hold a strong belief in.
I can find my own.
You sure can. That's the spot?
I mean, I've just been running around trying to think of spots, but this is the best one I got so far.
As you
Hide it.
hide it.
I know exactly where this idiot put it.
I know exactly where we put it too.
A hand comes out of the
Oh,
toilet. And you hear, "Thank you! Thank you for the tiara! That's nice!"
I'm gonna grab it.
Oh no!
By the way, for everyone who's unaware that I can see things behind walls, I can see things behind walls.
Yeah, he can see fucking Taiga perfectly.
I'm just like, wait, Taiga?
I just knew if I was Taiga, I'd
Taiga
try
would
to
never-
flush it down the toilet. There's an evil man that lives down there that reaches into your ass whenever you try to take a shit. One day he gave me an amulet, and then I put it on Fallon's neck, and it was covered with feces.
Taiga is now full of crap. The
I
circlet
have
is now
something else
full
to
of
give
crap.
him. Hang on a second. I got something else to give him. Come here.
Let me just hand him a
Oh!
bomb.
You're back!
How'd you know? I'm just gonna give him a bomb and leave.
Oh
my God.
no!
You have
Raldak.
one round before the bomb explodes.
Do I hear the noise on the other side of this wall with my senses?
You hear as it immediately ignites in open air. You have one
Wait a minute.
round to get away from this fucking thing before it blows up a portion of the fucking guild.
You're blowing up my room.
I'm gonna put
I
it back
will
in the
blow you up.
I grab Samira to throw her downward and say, Mabel, run.
I'm gonna put it back in the bag.
Raldak grabs you, throws you on the ground. Mabel's like, what? She hears a she turns her head as Taiga, you stuff it back into the bag just before the fuse goes all the way down. And the bomb
Step away from the malice. I'm scared.
it's not that. It won't get you. It should be fine.
I grab Taiga by the scruff. Like, no.
Make your athletics contested with acrobatics check.
All right, let's be honest. This man is a grappler. I don't think
He can still outdo it. He
can still outdo it. Yeah, it's a tie. Rollies.
Oh my God.
Rollies.
Rollies.
I win.
Oh yeah, he does win.
Oh, he does win. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
Secondary
grab
hit
him,
would be a lot different.
and a piece of his clothing rips as he escapes your grasp, and he skitters off.
I will drop the bomb bag as I run away.
I grab the bomb
Actual terrorist.
bag and take it back outside.
You are now the proud owner.
Why
of
do you
a
have
bomb
that?
I hand it to you. It's like, don't give it to that little bastard.
What the fuck was he gonna do?
So Laurel looks at it and
Was
goes,
he gonna blow? Tiger! I just start running it.
"Wait a moment. Those
No,
are
no, I'm gone. I'm gone. Bomb bag in, bag of holding. I'm running. We're Scooby Dooing. Fuck you. Benny Hill theme's playing. I'm gone.
good luck finding him." You go ahead and you start looking for Taiga. Make an investigation check. Laurel's a little fucking perturbed. She just saw someone with a fucking bomb bag. And she's going
Fine, I have a license.
going after you with that.
Taiga has the license.
I will find you, you little bastard.
No, that's a make your stealth check. Right.
I'm
Laura-
pissed I didn't see a second roll come up.
I can show you the roll. But that would
Yeah,
defeat
do
the. Do you see the roll?
God damn it.
Holy shit.
Lorath, you search. You are yelling. You are searching. It's fucking chaos right now. There is a point where you enter the kitchen and you finally hear someone going, "Lorath, Lorath," and you feel someone grab you and shove you against the wall. Someone a good foot or two higher than you and goes,
Mommy?
"Where did you get that? Why do you have it? And you know you're not allowed that or there's a heavy fine attached to it." Wrong person.
Hey,
Sorry.
we have a...
Boop.
Samira, Jesus Christ, relax, you
There we go.
Chill.
I see red hair. I grab red hair. You know how it is.
Wow, all Gerudo the same to you, sure.
Oh, sure.
Well, A, we're
Wow.
adventurers. Shit just kind of happens. B, we have a permit. And shit still happens. C, why are you mad at me when he just tried to blow up a building? I have a permit, we got it adventuring, drop the subject. There is so much more worse stuff. Why are you mad at a bomb bag when there's a thing of malice outside? When there's a whole Gerudo thing going on? Why do we care about a bomb bag?
Look.
It's like being mad that I loitered after someone
Can I
got
hear
shot.
where this yelling is?
Oh, you hear it. Everyone can hear it. It fucking radiates from the kitchen. As
Go watch the kitchen. As everyone comes over to watch that shit.
Jesus Christ.
she
I just kinda, like,
make
put her
a,
hand and I'm like,
make
let me
a
down.
persuasion check, Laura,
Make an anger check.
We're peeking through the
or
door,
intimidation.
Samira.
You can make either or.
All right, I rolled what I rolled.
Tight. All right, Lorath. She relaxes her grip on you, and she goes, "A lot has happened, and you're all running around like cuckoos with no heads. And we're late. So,
God, you can't see my face right now. Uh-huh.
so gather everyone. I'm supposed to deliver you.
I just look to the door and see Samira just blatantly door open, staring.
Samira, make an insight check.
It's getting
Is
steamy.
it getting steamy in the kitchen?
There's a little bit of tension. A little
From
bit
who?
of. It's a aggressive tension. It's a
What
type of the type of Gerudo
Sexual
tension. It's the type of tension where a Gerudo has found her mark, and she.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, I
no.
Just
understand.
can't quite get it. He's playing hard to get, damn it.
She lets go of Lorath and she kind of like pats him down. You're not as big as you were before. You forgot to put your strength down to 14, by the way.
Oh yeah, here, let me do that real quick. Actually, I think it's 13. Let's not fuck around
13.
with this. Look, I would love for it to have been 14, George. I was fine with 13 strength.
You're not as
Hear
big
me
as you
roar,
were
Hunter.
before.
I just stare. I kind of wince. I'm like, fucking say that to a man. And I walk out. I just pout a little bit. I shove the door. I go to think about shoving Samir, and I just stop. I'm like, just go get everybody. I just want to take a shower. God damn it, I hate this shit. Okay,
Samir will step out of the way for him. What? What did you? You do realize he is a sensitive type, right? You didn't have to go and do that.
I know how to push this button, Samira. I'm quite capable of it. And she kind of brushes her hair and walks past you.
Wait, Laura, no. Really?
She
No,
doesn't.
no. Laura.
There's no further subject on the matter. She awaits everyone to gather together. Fallon, you go ahead and you delivered your weapon to Link. When you find Link, Fallon, he is asleep over his workbench, right? You see that he has. You recognize the Thunderblade, the gold Skulltula token, and some other components that are there. And yeah, he's like, You see that he's been working, and there's a mess there, and he's asleep, and he's drooling on on Laura's weapons. And
So I'm gonna lean my spear up against the wall, or my glaive rather, and I'm gonna pat him on the back, try and rouse him from his sleep a little bit.
he goes,
Hey, Link.
huh? Yeah, I'm working. He grabs a hammer.
No. It's okay. You don't have to. I'm just checking on you. I heard there was some really spooky things that happened last night.
Nah, it was cool.
It was cool.
It was cool.
Okay, well, here's my weapon whenever you're ready to use it. I also had a question.
Yeah.
When I was killing the undead in May Village, my gem was like shining brighter, and it looked like I was actually hurting them a little bit more than normal.
Uh-huh.
Why is that?
Grabs the
Wake him
glaive.
up and ask him the world.
You see him. You see like symbols appear in the air as he starts to trace some symbols out. Magical sigils, I should say. Light is bestowed over the glaive, and his eyes kind of illuminate. His blue eyes illuminate a little bit, and he goes, well, did you get this blessed?
I don't think so.
Well, apparently, it's been blessed by a great fairy or something.
Oh, yeah! That's true. She did do that. So, so what does that do for, does that hurt undead?
It's not supposed to.
Then...
No, I was just asking, did you get it blessed? I'm just I'm just making sure. I don't know. That's strange. I will. It lights up. You can do stuff and hurt things. I don't know. I have no idea why I hurt undead.
Okay, well...
Maybe they don't like the light.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
I don't know.
It's okay. You don't gotta. If you don't know, you don't know, right? Like.
I mean, I can make it hurt undead. You want me to make it hurt undead more?
No, I think it's fine the way it is.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we could always upgrade it, but.
I mean, why did you leave it here then?
You told me to. All right. Well, thanks, Link.
Okay. Do you want me to do something with it, or?
Yeah, if you can.
I can. What do you want me to do?
Oh, I thought you had plans.
You want me to do something special? I'm gonna need a lot of money.
How much money?
I don't know yet. But you're gonna have to wait 2 weeks. And then you'll have to wait a little longer after that.
Okay. I thought you asked for everybody's weapons. What did you ask for everyone's weapons for?
Well, I got this big project, and he looks at Lorath's weapons and shit. I got this big project ahead of me. And I'm kind of on the roll.
Okay. And you were just going to upgrade people's stuff and...
Yeah, I mean, depends on what you want to do. Maybe it'll take me a day. Maybe it'll take me 2. Maybe it'll take me a little longer. If you want me to do something special, you're going to have to wait until Lorath is done.
I'll ask Lorath what he thinks is a good idea for my weapon. I'm not a good weapons guy.
Okay. I mean, yeah, come back. I'll work on it.
Okay, I'll leave it here for now though.
Okay.
And I'll fucking saunter back off to the front gate.
Plenty of time for Lorath to get his shower done. Everyone, you gather together.
Bye, Mabel.
Stop fucking up! She says as you walk by.
I'll throw a bomb at you!
Oh, Lorath. I heard that you needed a weapon, so you can use this, and I'll try to give him my dagger of venom.
That's a decent weapon.
Glare at you.
Which reminds me, you have the bomb bag now. Let me just drag and drop that
Oh,
bomb
yeah.
bag onto you.
This is twice now I've tried to give it to someone who could use it better, and this is twice now that they fucked it up.
Where is that bomb bag? Is it in the cart? I bet it's in the cart.
No, it is in my equipment.
Ah,
Small bomb bag, along with bomb.
along with bomb. Equipment, small bomb bag. There you go. No, I see bomb arrows.
Here, when you pull that bomb out and just immediately explode.
Yeah.
Bomb, boom.
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn, I can't find it. What the fuck? Oh, that's consumable. I'm fucking blind. That's on me. Small bomb bag. Are you gonna take the dagger, Laura?
I can't really use finesse weapons that well, so I'm gonna hit him with a hard pass, but thank him very much.
I mean, you could also just stab them really hard with it.
Actually, you know what? I will happily take that. Would you like to know why? Because my plus and minus, it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't matter. Right now, everything's the same to you. You are.
Fuck yeah, give me that.
Welcome to Gimp World again, buddy.
Holy shit, this again.
How many bombs do you have on you? Just one? All right, that'll work.
Look, you have a weapon now. It's called bombs.
Yeah.
That is true.
All right, bomb dragged over. You should now have bomb and bomb bag in your inventory.
Ironic, that's half the reason I gave it to you immediately. Because like, oh, you know, I have a weapon. Here you go.
Also, if you want, I do have these nice bracers that make you really good at shooting arrows that you can use.
You know, I see what you're doing here, Tyga. I do see what you're doing here. I just kind of wave the dagger at him, like, I'm gonna keep this one. When my stuff's done, I'm gonna give you this back. And you're not gonna have the bomb bag for a long time. You lost bomb bag privileges.
I don't know why I had them to begin with, honestly. I mean, you're trusting a teenager with explosives, so...
Well, because you seem like a very good teenager to have. You cannot blow up buildings with this if we're in the building and it's not a ruin or a dungeon or someone's bad house. You know what? I'm just gonna hold on to these for a little while.
I've only destroyed one building. It's not that bad.
All right, if you're all done destroying each
to.
other, I think we should move on before we run the risk of being even later.
This is what I've been dealing with.
I know. I'm sorry. She pats you. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
All right.
Colin, you look like way more swole than normal. Just keep going.
The gate. She opens up the gate to the guild. There is a carriage that awaits you with knights that surround it. It is large. It is large enough for you all to fit in to, without.
Oh, neat.
Yes. It's a
But
little.
if it wasn't very large, I would just slip into a shadow and be done with it.
It's large enough for you too. It had to accommodate Gerudo's size as well. So you are all able to sit in this carriage, and you are all ushered away to Hyrule Castle. And we'll switch over here. Hopefully things just work. It does just work, which is fantastic. Let me get all you little goblins. All
By
the
the way, I have
goblins.
my fine clothes on right now, George. I don't have my. I want to look good for the king.
Okay. You got your fine clothes on. You're ready. You're ready. You look dapper. You're top's daps. As as you begin to ride through the streets of Castletown, it's a little more somber than it was the other day. A bit more reserved, and the people make part the way for you to go ahead and allow the carriage to take you to Castletown. You go ahead and you pass the guard station that leads to Hyrule Castle. And outside the window, for those of you who care to see, and another site that's revisited, you see this large stone ancient castle that has stood here for ages beyond their current inhabitants. The walls stretch down all the way to the gates, and the gates themselves are built into the castle. You go through multiple checkpoints, and after a point, you are led to the front of the castle doors. Laurel opens the door for all of you, and she steps outside. Now, once again, this is... The king will address you all. I expect each of you to hold a reasonable amount of respect, as one should when addressing His Majesty. For those of you who are unsure of what this means, it means shut up when he's talking, to put it in simplistic terms. Are we in understanding?
I shrug.
I nod my head.
Of course.
Tiger nods.
Samira isn't looking.
She kind of rubs her temples a bit. All right. I expect the best from each of you. Please don't embarrass me. She leads you through the front doors, and you start to walk down the winding halls of Hyrule Castle. She takes you up several flight of stairs into this grand hallway leading towards the throne room. And you can see down, you can see in this hallway that you're walking down, there are several statues of past monarchs that once ruled Hyrule. There are statues to the goddess Hylia. There are symbols to the three golden goddesses themselves, and you can even see the Hyrulean royal crest displayed on some on the walls, on tapestries. The floor itself is lined with a very well crafted carpentry that also displays the symbol of the royal family on it. She leads all of you to a door, a large set of double doors, which has a couple of guards that are standing in front of it. She turns to you and goes, "Well, this is let's see how it goes. He seemed very excited to see all of you again, so I think it'll go well."
I'll nudge Samira. See? Excited.
She isn't saying it.
She looks to both the knights who stand by the door and she gives them a nod and they salute, open up the door. Inside, you see the throne room. On the end of it, you see King Augustus himself. As he, in all his glory, his red beard, his red hair, sits upon the throne. I'm not even sure if you guys can see that image, but whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
We can see it.
We're
Yep.
good.
Oh yeah.
Lovely.
Yep.
It works. We're in the clear for now. Stationed next to him and to his left. I say stationed, but sitting down on a separate throne to his left is the Princess Zelda herself. Her throne slightly smaller to accommodate for her. And next to her is an empty throne, most likely for the queen, but she is not present at the moment. On each of your sides, as you all walk down the pathway leading towards the throne, there are numerous of knights, and as soon as you begin to walk the path, you all hear in unison as they all tap their spears on the floor and salute you all as you begin to walk down this path. Laurel leads you to a certain point and then motions to stop. And she turns towards the king. Sire, as you'd requested, the white whales have been collected and are here. The king stands up, and there's this booming confidence that seems to radiate from him. He looks to all of you. White whales. It has been quite some time. Words of your deeds have been slowly spreading throughout the kingdom. Impa herself has filled me in what you have accomplished. The trials you faced, and the staggering odds. We'll leave that to a different discussion. What is even more impressive is what you all accomplished in the city of Ash. For years, we have known Blaine had lofty ambitions. But to jeopardize his people in the way he did, unfortunately, was an oversight we didn't foresee. And if it weren't for your swift judgment, would have been catastrophic. I, and for those unaware of what you accomplish, am extremely grateful for what you have done. He goes ahead and he motions to a couple guards, and they bring over this large chest, and they set it down near your group, and they open it up, and inside you see gold and jewelry filled to the brim. For your services to the kingdom and its people, the white whales would receive 20,000 rupees in gold and jewelry. This was the arrangement we made upon your exit of Hyrule, Castletown, as well as one other agreement. And he looks at you, Fallon.
Yeah.
And he says, Fallon of Lon Lon Ranch, approach.
Yeah, here we go,
I'm
boys.
so happy right now.
Oh no, here we go. Fallon Fallon, who at this point was kneeling on one knee and head down, not deigning to really like pull it up and look out of respect. And he gets up and he looks to his friends, and there's this slight sense of dread knowing of what this is and his fears that are coming along with it.
I give you the same look back of like, dude, I remember your future seeing.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's gonna look straight to the king. And with this odd, like, he breathes in real deep, lets it go, and goes. Go ahead.
He removes a sword from his side, and he says, "You and your family have served this kingdom for years beyond my own. We owe many victories and good fortune to your family, and it gives me great pleasure to have such wonderful people in this kingdom. Before you had set off on your quest, you made a request of me. I will be honest, at the time, my answer to your request was the completion of the ascertain quest. I was off-put to put the least. The truth is, I did not believe you had what it took, or required what it needed to be a knight at the time. I'm very glad to say that I underestimated you. I will fulfill your request to be knighted. In 2 weeks' time, there will be a ceremony to be held within this castle. Now, this ceremony is usually done once a year to appoint our knights. But this year is a bit special, you see. He looks over to Zelda. My daughter will be turning 13. And with that comes responsibilities to the kingdom. She will be taking on a more active role. You will be the first in many years to be announced first knight to the Princess Zelda herself.
Oh,
fucking his
I just
jaw
audibly
drops.
blurt that out. Just
And he covers his mouth immediately, and he's looking between him and Zelda, and he doesn't really know what
She
do.
gives this smile. Is a smile of a bit of a mischief sort of smile.
Tomboy princess this whole time.
She's gonna be like, "Hey, can you like fuck off?" I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, all right."
The ceremony will be held during her birthday celebration, as she will be the one performing their ceremony herself. Now, do not fret, though. I do not intend to separate you from your companions, but simply bestow a title and rank that you rightly deserve. But for this official case, and he touches both your shoulders with his sword. For now, you're a knight until the official ceremony.
Fallon smiles really big and just can't. There's tears just welling there, and he can feel them, and he's fighting back to make sure that it doesn't fall.
Now, with that put aside, he places his hand on your shoulder, and he looks to the rest of the knights, and he nods, and they all, and you hear a cheer. Ah! As the whole throne room celebrates. All the knights eventually die down. With that business concluded, You see the knights start filing out of the throne room, and in an orderly fashion, the room is emptied of every one of the knights except for your party, Laurel, Zelda, and the king. Let's go ahead and speak more freely.
Oh, thank goodness. I don't know what to say. He looks back to his party, just
Hey,
bright-eyed.
man, it's what you always wanted, right?
Yeah.
You earned it.
I am pleased that you're glad. It was actually the princess herself who suggested to make you the candidate.
I'm gonna look at Zelda. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Of course. You're someone who's capable and you have a good head on your shoulder, I think.
I hope.
Well, everyone just why don't we take a walk and we can talk. Walk and talk. It's
Where's Impa? Is Impa around?
she is currently with Her Majesty.
Ah.
I was actually going to meet her afterwards. If you all would like to follow, we can all head there together and speak along the way.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. As he starts to lead out, Laurel goes ahead and takes the initiative and starts taking the front. As you all begin to follow, the king begins. So tell me, you were all there at Ash City. What exactly happened? We have a few reports from, at least from what we were able to gather with our own scouts, and what you were able to disclose to some of the comrades, including here at the guild.
I'm gonna look to Laura.
How much, just so I don't double back on anything, how much do you know? How much have you been told? How much did I divulge? It's been a lot.
To the extent of our knowledge, Blaine tried to take over the city. We don't know the exact means. He used some type of magic to, if I'm correct, morph his people into creatures.
That'll be Roundak, and he will be more than happy to explain that. There's a lot more that happened.
Roundak.
Yeah, that's the worst of it. This gentleman right here, I don't believe you've been introduced. In fact, sir, if I may for a moment, or maybe the first knight should actually.
Huh?
Would you like to introduce the king to our members?
Of course. So I have two new friends here to join our merry band of white whales. It is Samira, Tyga, and you've never met Rowdak. And we had Pontus, but Pontus is now.
Oh, that is way more than two.
You're right. I was thinking of just. Well, it's new to the party now, but he hasn't met more than two. Anyway, so there's also Pee-wee, who is Pontus and Dewey. You met Dewey. He gave you the flower, I think?
I gave
It
him a
is.
bug.
It was a bug, and it's
Oh.
in my study still.
Yeah, but you've met him before. And then, yeah, so we have Tyga, Samira, and Raudak.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you all. There's a moment where he kind of stares at Samira, and some are acquaintances that I did not expect to meet. Samira, correct?
Correct.
You know the king?
We've met. And like Samira's hand, like her nails are digging into her palm.
It was a while ago. In the past, it was a terrible conflict. Um, it wasn't under the best circumstances. I do apologize.
That is putting it very lightly, Highness.
I am sure you have many questions, and I will be happy to address what I can.
Correct. I patiently await them. The white whales have much information to address to you.
He gives a simple nod and he looks to you, Raudak. Now, you are the man who has the information, or at least the most knowledge about this situation. At what
For the
happened.
short version, he tried to use Mirrors of Twilight to plunge the entire city into the Twilight Realm.
He nods. I'm gonna need the long version.
I hope it's a
They were
long
using
walk.
malice and some other corruption to transform citizens into creatures of Twilight. Normal people aren't exactly suitable for it, and even my own were being corrupted by malice. He was channeling power through 6 mirrors and trying to drop his entire city onto the capital of the Twilight Realm. We stopped him, and we have 3 of the mirrors in safekeeping here.
Incredible.
Wanted to separate them.
That's it's quite fortuitous that you were all able to stop him. And you brought the mirrors here, you said.
3 of them. Trying to keep them separated from all of each other. I'm
Are
not sure if
they...
you have a vault under the castle. Something secure to hold at least one.
I can definitely arrange it, but I will need to have it examined before we take such powerful artifacts in. I will have Valeris look into the matter and see what he can turn up in the best, or at least a suitable location to place them. Blaine himself, I heard that he was dispatched.
That'd be correct.
What exactly was his grand machination, if he gave you any to glean?
Probably to live forever by cloning himself. His children are his copies.
You see that there's a there's a moment to process that. Clone himself.
That's going to be a topic of conversation later, so you definitely be sure to keep that.
We can talk about it now, can't we?
No, we will wait until this conversation's over.
Okay, whatever.
We'll bring it up immediately after.
The youngest copy is under the guidance of Bishop Merriweather right now. He should be on his way back.
Merriweather. You're right. That's quite a bit. As you're all walking down, there's a crossroad in the hallway, and you see Alaris appears, and he goes, "Your Majesty," and he sees all of you and goes, "They're here. Um, greetings, white whales. Welcome to the castle. Yada yada yada. Your Majesty, about Her Majesty." And the king kind of gives this worried look, and he's like, "We're on our way. And what about they may come. It is fine. Very well, Your Majesty." So he looks at all of you, Alaris, and he goes, "So I assume your reward was delivered."
Um, I think we had 20,000 rupees. I got knighted. What else did
Has
we?
May Village been safely secured?
Yes, May Village has been secured. Whatever strange magics were there has dissipated. Unfortunately, I was unable to recover anything substantial. Most of it was charred.
Yeah.
But I digress. The king begins to walk, and everyone starts to follow. Lorath, I heard that you came across an interesting object.
Quite a few of them. You might want to be a little bit more specific.
Do I have to be more specific?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was coughing real bad whenever this guy's like voice was there. Who the hell is this?
It's it's the king.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm sorry. There's a lot of them.
The one last night.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Look, I just didn't know if we were gonna be talking about that so soon.
We're heading there now, and there's
Okay.
that's the situation we're gonna discuss right now.
Just immediately, just like pores are opening, sweat is dripping out. Just like, yep.
Check your pits,
Right.
your outfit.
Yeah.
There's sweat gathering underneath your pits.
You know what? I have that stupid amulet. I cast prestidigitation.
Roll an intelligence check.
Easy.
Too bad you deleted it. It's not in your inventory because it's with Link
Yeah,
right now.
It's fine. I haven't given it to Link yet. Remember?
Okay.
Dummy.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I already did. Yeah, you're right. Never mind. I couldn't done it anyways. Yeah, you're right. I don't have it.
You failed anyways.
I failed anyways. Who gives a
Did you
shit?
fail your intelligence? Oh wow.
Yeah, I rolled a
Amazing. Just incredible.
So yeah,
He tries to use the
Yeah,
amulet, he realizes he's not wearing it.
there was
Still
a
dumb.
sword, and it was deep underground. And it was actually no, it was it deep underground.
It was in a fortress.
It was with Blaine. Let's just put it like that.
What?
Right?
The
That was
sword?
with
No.
Blaine?
You
No.
guys found that sword in the lab.
fortress. It was
Yeah.
in the lab. It was with Blaine.
It was when
I'm
you guys
blaming
did
the-
the smash and grab and started grabbing everything. It was in the laboratory.
Oh,
So
fuck!
I'll say
That was
it
before
with
Fallon came
Blaine.
back.
He had a laboratory where he was working. Well, actually, no, it's technically still Blaine because he was working with the Black Talon. Although the Black Talon were using Blaine, so let's keep it real. The Black Talon had this blade inside of their laboratory. They were studying it, and I took it. And we didn't think anything of it at all. I identified it, it just looked like a kiss curse. It siphons a bit of your life and it deals a little bit more heft with your swing. We had no idea what it was.
I
It's-
understand. I've done a bit of exploring myself. I know such objects can be uncovered and their natures are never truly known. The simple fact is you were able to not only resist it, but well, you delivered it into our hands. We
One piece. Is Simba okay, by the way?
She is quite fine. Alaris pops up and he's like, unfortunately, Her Majesty insists on trying to remove the object now instead of resting. So, we're gonna have to deal with that. And the king looks a bit worried.
It's kind of a pretty intense sore.
You're not wrong, Lorath. The king starts. But, the queen, she has been quite ill for some time. And I am not sure of her constitution for trying to remove such an object from this land. But
Not to be rude or interject here, sir, but do you remember the first quest you sent us on?
yes,
Was that a one-of-a-kind item? The Great Fairy Tear in order to save Impa.
that is not a one of a kind. If it was something that was extremely difficult to acquire. And when I say that, it's been sitting in the holes of the treasury for quite some time.
Let's see. Never mind.
In that sense, yes, it's one of a kind, but I have heard tales of being able to gather it as a reward of some sort from the great fairies themselves.
I go, well, your first knight, actually, might actually know a bit about that. Maybe not specifically, but he has contacted the Great Fairies and been bestowed and graced by their presence and been given mighty rewards.
You don't gotta gloat for me.
It's not gloating, it's true.
That's fair. You're right, it is.
Why don't
There-
you show him your weapon that you always have on?
Oh, I left it with Link.
Well, never mind then.
I heard that the great fairies are quite reclusive. Usually they tend to stay away from prying eyes of mortals. To be able to save one is quite a extraordinary endeavor.
Yeah, we were out in the middle of the forest in Kakariko, and I guess, I don't know what happened, but I saw this fairy off into the distance. I followed it, and it told me that it needed help. So we killed the dead hand that was down in an area, and it released a fairy, and the great fairy came back to normal.
Most interesting. Is at this point you guys are going up a spiral staircase, and it opens up in when you reach the top, it opens up into the castle courtyard, and you can see there's many vibrant green trees that scattered around the courtyard. There there is a small pond that is situated there, and many beautiful flowers that adorn the grassy field. Sitting on a stone bench, you see You see a woman. You see Impa first, who is standing near this woman who sits on the stone bench. On the stone bench herself is, and you can immediately tell the recognition as this is most certainly the queen herself. Um, Samira, you have met her once long ago. From here, and this is just for you, Samira. There's the last time you saw the queen, for those brief moments, there was this vibrance, this radiance that she gave off. Um, Not so much anymore. There's still this elegance, this beauty that she still displays, but you see that she seems to be diminished. Uh, her bright, vibrant gold hair is a bit more dull and leaning towards. It seems to be leaning towards white nowadays. And I'm not sure. I'll go ahead and share that image as you all see sitting with a box on her lap, kind of just waiting patiently. Is a box familiar to you, Lorath?
Mhm.
And she smiles and she passes the box over to Impa. Impa takes it and holds on to it, and she stands up from the bench. And you see for a moment Impa, like there's this instinctive reflex to try to help her up, but she waves her off and gives her insurance that she can do it herself. As you all approach, she says, "Welcome, heroes. It's quite a pleasure to meet all of you. I heard many tales. My daughter," as she looks at Zelda, "this shining starlight that she is, has informed me that you're all colorful individuals, to say the least. It's a pleasure to meet you. I believe I missed our last opportunity to meet some of you when you were here last, and I apologize. I was not.
It's no problem.
You must be," and she like goes over to you, Fallon, and she taps you on the nose. "You must be the new first knight, or soon
But
will
he's
be."
gonna cross his eyes, look at his nose.
Know that it's a important role. The last person to hold that title saved this kingdom.
He's gonna go pale a little bit and have that like cold sweat running down his back feeling.
She looks at you, Samira. Samira,
Oh, there's this look of like just a faint flash of surprise on her face.
how have you been?
Well, I must say, it is. It has been one quite an adventure with this group. Past some time.
Wow. I know the last time we saw each other wasn't a happy moment. I did ask about you afterwards, and about everything. Laurel was kind enough to divulge a bit of information. Only good stories, I assure you.
Hmm.
Now for the matter at hand. Lorath, she looks at you. I believe
Hi.
you were able to resist the temptation of, and you see her kind of run her hand against the box of this weapon. I would let you all know that this is a vestige of a very powerful demon. Most gods leave something behind. Unfortunately, most of the unforgiving kind, most demons do too. And they leave either pieces of themselves or pieces of their powers behind in the land. And those who are unfortunate to come across the more harmful ones are sometimes engulfed by their darkness. I am pleased to see that it did not happen to you. Now,
It's really hard.
I can imagine. I wanted all of you to be here because to give you closure, if anything. To know that this weapon will be away from any of those who might use it against you or against anyone in this kingdom. She looks towards the princess and she goes, Starlight, I'm going to need your help with this one. If you could, please. The princess nods and she walks over. The queen takes hold of the box. I, with the help of my daughter, will try to remove this item from this realm. We will attempt to send it into a realm between dimensions where hopefully no one will be able to use it ever again. She goes ahead and she walks it over, places the box down, and she holds on to the princess's hand and they clasp their hands together. They both raise one of their palms up and you see this radiant light start to appear. You see the talismans that are now completely wrapped around this box. And for a moment, the box was kind of sizzling as the talismans were smoking, trying to keep whatever's in it in. And you see all the talismans just start to ignite. A symbol appears. A great ruin appears over the landscape, over the box, and you see several ruins sigils appear all around it. And you can see for a moment that the queen herself starts to falter a little bit as it starts to take its toll, but she reasserts herself, and you see 3 triangles appear, the symbol of the Triforce. And as a sound as if someone was ringing a large bell near all of you resonates throughout this area. Light blinds the surrounding area as this empowerment of radiant energy erupts from the two. Raudak, you you immediately close your eyes and try to shrug it off, and indeed, the radiant energy. Make a Arcana check.
Out of curiosity.
It's it's very. You can't read Arcana symbols because they are just symbols, just that symbols. They have meanings depending on what symbols they are. You don't recognize a lot of it due to you being out of date for many years. Just a few years. Some of
What
them
does ancient alien use again?
yeah. Some of them are familiar and some don't even look Hylian to begin with. This could be you could interpret
Either
it.
way, now I'm blind, so
Yeah. There is that moment where you're trying to grasp it and it's hard to gather, and you would have to be a lot closer. But the distance you were all put apart, you're all about 30 feet away from this endeavor happening, and maybe if you were closer, you probably would have been able to glean something. But unfortunately, not much. It is ancient magic, is what you're aware of, though. As the light radiates and encapsulates everyone in this light. The sting of and pain that probably would have accompanied something like this regularly for a Tweely does not seem to happen. There is a warmth that kind of radiates around all of you, and you are comforted oddly by it. Eventually, the light dies down, and where the box has sat lays a box-shaped crater as it sinks in about maybe a foot and a half. The ground itself has kind of caved into this. And you see the princess is supporting her mother as she seems like incredibly winded. She gathers herself and she stands straight again. Wow. That should do it. It should cause no one any harm.
That was
Thank
beautiful.
goodness it's gone.
Thank you.
Wow. Now we can have a pleasant conversation. At least I can have a pleasant conversation with each of you. It'll be quite enjoyable. Alaris steps in and he goes, Your Majesty, I insist you shouldn't be wandering around in your condition. Alaris is quite fine. I am fine. And this is an important day. It's very rare that I see heroes to this land once more.
If I can ask, what is your condition?
Unfortunately, she looks to the side. There's an uncertainty to it, and she thinks about it. Nothing too We don't know. It's she looks at her daughter and she goes, Starlight, can you do me a favor and meet me over by his marker, if you could, please. I will be there in just a bit. And you can see there's a concerned look on the princess's face, but she abides by what her mother says. And she waves to all of you, and she heads off further into the courtyard. I either a curse or a disease, whatever it is, we don't know. I grow weaker by the day, and I have good days and I have bad days. Today is a good day.
It reminds me of my father. He's also going through something.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish the best. If there's anything we can do, well, have Alaris look into it, if anything. I will ask him. And Alaris, he kind of rolls his eyes and he goes, if I have the time, Your Highness, see that you do. Give him the details and maybe he can look into it. He's been trying to help me the best as he can, and a valiant effort. There are days due to him that I'm able to feel like my old self, and there are days that it's hard to move about. And we've been trying to keep it quiet. You don't want those outside the castle to spread any rumors. But I
Understood.
am curious. She looks at Samira. It's been quite some time since the last time I've seen you. What brings you to Castletown? What brings you to the castle?
I am here because originally Blaine's men and your men were at our border. By joining the White Whales and seeing that Blaine was brought to justice, it dispersed his men. But I've been told that yours have not. And tension continues to grow. So I'm here to hopefully find out what exactly is going on.
That's understandable. It must be disheartening to drag his ass back. It must
What's
be.
happening?
Well, I tried to run away. I had to drag him back.
Oh, I have to leave this then because my keyboard's on the fritz. Keep going.
It must be disheartening to feel pressure like that. If it was any other way, well, those men would not be at the Gerudo's crossing. But there's been threats. And we have
Meet by whom?
that is under investigations, but it is coming from the desert.
Really?
Yes. We are still looking into the matter, and Laurel thought it best that we post men at the gates in case something did happen.
By posting men at the gates, Laurel should know better. It angers Yora.
Yes, well, that was one of the concerns, her temper.
Do we, and I kind of just say this out loud, do we know where the Black Talon was headed next?
Alan shakes his head.
I swear they said something.
The Black Talon, let's see, who will have that information? Impa. According to the last scouting information given by those situated in Ash City, they flew into the sky and headed west. They lost sight of them afterwards. There was a report that they were near Castletown, but we didn't see any any evidence of it. Their flying ship is the best way to put it, has not been spotted since, and it's been a while, ever since you all left the city of Ash. We have not heard high or low of them since.
Just wanted to know. Sounds like they have a very good knack for dismantling governments and things of that nature.
Are you suggesting something, Laura?
Nothing I'm sure anyone else hasn't thought of already. They just got done having a internal war.
The king,
An external one.
the king nods and chimes in. I too would like more information about the Black Talon. They are supposedly connected to the events of Ash City, and you all have witnessed this.
I think they may be connected to more than just that.
Much more, actually.
Then they are a high priority. Whatever information we are able to ascertain, we will make sure to pass along to all of you. If they are truly a threat, then we shouldn't take them lightly.
Thank you. I believe they may be more of a threat to this kingdom than we're giving them credit for. If that's our immediate answer. Not to be rude.
It's understandable, Lorath. I agree with your assertion of that assessment. If they are truly linked to everything that's been going on, the attacks on the castle, Ash City, and if I recall the information, they were responsible for the village, Mabe Village.
Correct. They were able to create a blood moon on command. That alone should. I don't know what the threat level is, but if it's on a scale of 1 to 10, if they weren't at a 9 or a 10 before, when they have a direct hand in completely dismantling a city from the inside and having turned people into monsters and directly affiliated with malice that brought even Impa to her knees, I think they should be our highest priority.
Yeah, you mentioned that Impa kind of like scratches her arm a little bit. The queen speaks up. There were similar cases of this that happened long ago. To see it that happen once more is truly distressing. If it is true that they are trying to fan the flames of conflict, then there's a lot of work cut out for us.
Also, I'm not sure if this has been said yet. Augustus, I'm not sure if you remember. We traveled with another companion as well. I forget the name of the fish people.
Zora.
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 Volo.
You forgot Volo.
By the
That's so fucked up.
No, I didn't forget his name.
Just
You know them you know them fish people? You know them walking sashimi? Yeah, no, Zora, by the name of Volo. He was once our companion. Still, well, sorry. He is not in his correct state of mind, potentially a complete possession. He now goes by the name of one that you might remember,
Sansa.
Water Splitter Zanza.
Yeah.
And he is working with the Black Talon.
They're
Again, I believe under complete possession. Volo innocent, Zanza not.
I remember seeing a similarity between the two. I've only heard stories about Zanza. He was a great warrior at the Colosseum.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure was. Is.
To know that he is possibly against us is disheartening indeed.
I think he could potentially be our ally, but he could also double cross us.
Oh. I also
Yeah, go
wanted to
ahead.
talk. I also wanted to talk about what we saw during the tree whenever we revived it.
Yeah, please.
We saw a great vision of multiple areas talking to some goddess of some kind about where these other trees are, and that we needed to revive them to keep Hyrule safe.
It's good to know that you've been looking into the matter. Impa told me a bit about this. Apparently, something has taken root of the great tree Yggdrasil and corrupting it. The fact that you were all able to free it from this corruption is a great boon. And you know have you been able to ascertain the other locations? Or
Something about in a deep forest, within a lake, in the Gerudo desert. And far in the mountains to the west?
Laris chimes in. Well, that can be many, many places. That's quite a grand scale on the map.
Don't they only?
I mean, I could rewatch
You
the
know,
video
the-
again because
The three that we've seen were in incredibly high key locations, and it sounds like these are very important plants. Are there high key locations in those points of the land?
The king thinks for a bit. There,
yeah, like a temple, like temples of some kind, or areas of worship.
there are many of those that are scattered across the land, but knowing that they're in these locations, I can send some people. I can send some of my men. He kind of looks at Alaris and have some research put into it. See if we can narrow down the search a little bit.
Would be greatly appreciated. We're kind of on the move a lot nowadays.
Understood. There's also the matter. Well, the other matter that I want to speak to you all. There was a disruption that you all took care of in Mabe's village. But a few days ago.
Yep.
When you were in there, did it feel like someone was watching, or something would jump out at you as you traversed the landscape?
That'd be a
No.
history check because I don't remember that.
There was only one person, and it was Radhack. Everyone else, no.
That's fair.
You're walking through an illusion for the most part.
He looks at the queen. We asked because many years ago there was a similar event. And we were just trying to see if it had a familiar feeling. If it was something else, that's good. But it never hurts to be too sure.
What was the event?
A long time ago, before I was queen, before my husband was king, there was a sorcerer. He claimed to be able to displace reality. He would transform the landscape into what amused him, and strange creatures would spawn from there and attack neighboring cities and towns. But well, he was dealt with many years ago. And if this is not the same thing, then
What kind of creature?
Was it a tree?
Or massive souls?
it was never anything concrete. Sometimes it will be normal monsters you will see on the road. Bokoblins, Lizophos, that sort of thing. Other times it'll be shadow creatures from beyond the realm, taking on hard shapes. Other times it'll be great monstrosities I've never witnessed before or seen since. But it was never anything the same. Sometimes it would be undead, sometimes it would be beasts, strange beasts.
That's
But-
weird.
There is a other reason why I wanted all of you up here today. Especially today, since the announcement of the first night. If you would all follow me, there's someone I would like you to meet.
One last
Oh,
question.
shit.
On the same subject, where was that located?
Where was
Did that incident occur?
throughout Hyrule?
Specifically,
Throughout.
The
It's-
whole thing.
okay. Just curious if it was in the Sheikah areas at all.
There was a point
Hey.
where Kakariko was attacked, yes. But it was fended off during the time. And Poet kind of chimes in and goes,
"Stop it, Kakariko."
"Stop it! Yeah, you guys spent a whole bunch of time at Kakariko.
No.
We got potato figures and buried Bay in there.
Did
I'm
the
pretty sure, too.
attacks stop at Kakariko? Is the question.
No, they did not.
Okay, I have no further questions then. Sorry.
They were fended off, and that was it. He took great pleasure in causing mayhem. So when he arrived, he would cause destruction and move on.
Got it.
She begins to walk down this cobblestone path that's embedded into this into the grassy field. Now, the last first night did the kingdom a great deed, and he brought peace for a time. Even though we're in this uncertain era, I think his successor should meet his predecessor.
Oh shit.
Oh, I just put my hand on Pee Wee.
There,
Me too.
as you guys walk this,
It's your
Path.
future child.
there's a garden path. It gets closed in a bit. There are these bushes and trees that kind of build a small, tiny forest in this secluded spot. At the end of the path, you see the princess is sitting down on a blanket next to a gravestone. Fallon, the queen starts. This was the last first night. This is where he rests.
I'm gonna walk up to the grave. Is there anything written and scripted on it?
It says, to the one who brought hope back to the kingdom, Raylan, the first night.
How is Raylan spelled? Raylon.
R-Y, I have it spelled down. I forgot after all those letters were thrown out.
My baby boy.
My boy!
My boy.
R-Y-L-A-N.
Raylan. Okay. I'll sit down, not crisscross applesauce, but in a very like Japanese feet under my ass and just fucking knees together and just sit and bow to the gravestone for just a second.
There is a moment where you all see Fallon sit down and give respects. The king, who is beside most of the group, speaks up. He was a great man. He was headstrong and was always the first to take command of the situation. Your friend will be walking down the path of many great knights. You know, the queen starts. Something special happened here once, many years ago, after the war. After everything that transpired. I was here one day with Zelda, and she looks at the princess. I was just speaking to him like I usually do. When out from within the bushes, I heard crying. And that day I found a small boy, his clothes ragged and tattered, crying a fierce storm. I still don't know how he made it here. But he turned out to be quite an astonishing young man. And now I hear he is working at your guild.
Oh. Fallon's looking right over to Lorath for a minute, like, uh-oh. Okay.
We took him in for a time, and well, Briggs.
Oh my god, do you mean Sawcon?
Yes, Sakan.
Oh, yeah.
He's that amazing son of a bitch.
He's so great, isn't he?
He's so good. He's the. Why isn't he in your guild? Why is he not here? If Sarkon
I told him he needs to show up, but you know.
If Sarkon was here, he will be first knight. But Briggs took a shine to him and raised him as his own. while we're here, is there anything any of you would like to ask? Any questions?
I would.
By all means.
What caused King to make the decision to bring up arms against the Gerudo?
That, right, you don't know the whole story. We did not take up arms against the Gerudo.
Smear bristles a little bit. Forgive me. As I remember cannons being fired at me.
That was during the war, yes. That was during the final skirmish. Forgive me, I thought you meant the start of the conflict.
Earlier? Oh.
No, during the conflict, yes, we did have to take up arms, yes. I did a version, it was a diversion for our real goal, which was to stop the fighting. It's quite silly, actually. You see, when the battle first began, when Yara proclaimed war against us, we were quite confused. We tried to establish contact with her. Eventually we did. It cost a few messengers, but eventually we made a connection. But not with Yara. Laurel steps in. That's right. One day, to spare one of the messengers, I took the message and I looked into it. I spoke to Yara about it, and she would hear none of it, unfortunately.
But Laurel, you were there. The tent. The people. My sister and I, that was when she lost it.
She nods. Yes. I was there. And I also saw... Let me rephrase that. I also found your sister sneaking through the night as one of the prisoners were being interrogated. And she did not take kindly to it. I had her return back to your tent. But she must have heard what I've learned. And she grabs something in one of her satchels and she takes it out. And you see this kind of crow leg that's bent and damaged and burnt, rusted beyond belief. And the figure is hard to make out, but when she shows it to all of you, there's a very familiar shape to it, as a claw, a set of black talons.
Fuck me. I knew it. These motherfuckers are everywhere, dude. Holy shit.
The night that Yar was attacked was not due to the king. It was a cover-up.
This was the Black Talon, wasn't it?
That is now what we surmise, if that's who this belongs to.
I've Fallon's seen that before, right? Like that is
All you motherfuckers have seen it before.
yeah. All right. Yeah, that's the Black Talon's necklace.
This was taken from the prisoner that was interrogated, as I was personally doing the interrogation to make sure the information was true. Using the information he was given to me, that was given to me, or that I extrapolated from him, I went ahead and made contact with His Majesty.
You told him.
Yes. Yara
So
grew
you-
very distrustful of me as the war continued to carry on. During the final battle there in the tomb, I left the battlefield with your sister to retrieve something of great importance.
What? Retrieve in the midst of that battle?
It was the perfect time. Yara's eyes will be focused on the battlefield ahead and nowhere else. And with hundreds of soldiers, thousands on the canyon walls, there was no better time than to slip out. Your sister helped stop the war.
Player is confused.
You lost sight of her during that whole kerfuffle.
Right. But DM, she's dead.
Yeah, she was there at the end of things.
So it just happened in like a split second?
Though everything, even though everything was a round situation, that fight lasted much longer than that. It wasn't like a 20-second ordeal.
Yeah.
It was, the fight started. You guys ran in. You lost sight of her. You
did.
Yes. You kept fighting. Cannons were blasting everywhere. Ears
Right.
ringing. You were turned around and fighting for your lives for a while. Um, it might have been 3 hours.
Holy smokes.
But for somebody who's gone through such a traumatic experience, sometimes there are pieces that are clearer than others, and there are pieces that are so fucking foggy that you can't fucking recall. And there was a lot of stuff happening that day, and you were frantic in trying to find your sister and trying to survive getting blown up. Samira, after we accomplished our mission, we returned back to the battlefield to try to calm Yara down. To no avail. Unfortunately, your sister paid the price. She believed everyone was a traitor at a certain point, and she inscripted powerful mages to control most of our people. Unfortunately, Samira was one of the few, not Samira. Unfortunately, your sister was one of the few who found out.
She would have told me. She would have told me this.
I told her not to.
You what? Why?
She said the same thing. And
Of course.
I'll tell you what I told her. To make sure you were safe. If Yara found out that you knew, she would have killed you.
Why? That doesn't make any sense.
The king kind of
I could have helped. That could have changed things.
We just didn't want to see you get hurt. And thought it best to keep you in the dark. We are sorry.
It is not my sister that I would be angry at, Laurel. That wasn't your call to make.
I didn't want to see someone I cared about die. Unfortunately,
Well, that didn't work, did it?
No, it didn't. I'm sorry, Samira.
We were a team.
She kind of lowers her head in resignation. The king steps in. I know that it's painful to hear this, but know that she did do it out of the love she has for you. If you are to be angry, then you are more than welcome to focus that anger towards me.
Do not worry, Your Majesty. The anger is there.
He nods.
I need to know next steps going forward for the Gerudo. Laurel and I both know that Yara is not going to listen anything about the Black Talons. And now that I know that you all plan to keep soldiers at our border,
There'll be a discussion about that. Maybe we can work out something.
I think now's the time to really go search for that new tree, right? We know one's in the desert, so why not put a little bit more effort into doing that, and then you can send us as envoys as for peace or something, right?
That's very true.
And that's the perfect time for us to swoop in, undo what the Black Talon did, and maybe potentially help with actually achieving peace.
I'm not opposed to the idea, but he looks at you, Samira. That is a decision for the emissary.
where it kind of takes a second to cool off, swallow back some of the anger that was building up this entire time. I believe that is the wisest course of action.
Then I believe we should speak about it more in detail in the future. After the ceremony has been completed, I believe that will be the most opportune time to send you on your way.
I agree.
The queen kind of, you see her kind of, what's the best way of putting it? Kind of wither. And you see that she starts to lose her composure. And the princess immediately, as well as Alaris, they both immediately like clock it. And they rush over to her side. And you see that she's starting to sweat profusely and she's gasping for air. The princess goes, "Mother, are you all right?" "I'm quite fine, Starlight. It looks like I exhausted myself.
Please get some sleep.
It was a pleasure meeting all of you. And I hope to see you all again soon. First night."
He'll bow.
And you see Alaris like start to guide her out. Impa follows after with the princess in tow. As they walk away, you hear Alaris says, "I know you don't like the medicine, Your Majesty, but I implore you to take it." She goes, "But it takes like garbage, Alaris. I know. But it's for your health. This conversation.
I saw a One Piece episode about that long time ago where they were just poisoning them. We're gonna kill Alaris now.
Yeah, that's it.
Alaris is the mage that we met previously, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Tiger's just gonna like wave at him with a super happy grin on his face that just comes across as like super condescending, unintentionally.
Amazing what prayer can do.
Yeah, he sees you and like kind of like seeing a bug unexpectedly goes "Ugh," and like keeps walking.
I think he likes me.
I think he likes you.
You see,
I was gonna ask the king something.
ask who?
The king.
Oh yeah, he's there.
My mom used to tell me stories all the time how you, Yara, and I think like 2 other people went around and was traveling and adventuring and stuff.
Yes. Those were the good old times.
If you don't mind me asking, there was one I really looked up to, and it was the one that brought you guys all together. Who was that?
Who brought us together?
Yeah.
We all came together. Well, first, originally with me. Originally with me, it was Raylan and I, and
I knew it. Let's
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
it was Raylan and I, and we traveled together. We were originally supposed to be knights of the Royal Army, but you know how it is. Adventure calls, and you can do a lot more good when you're out there. So we took to that. Eventually, hold on, I actually wrote down this shit.
Hell yeah. We got the lore, boys.
Yes. No. Lord up, George.
Yep, hold on. I gotta skip a few pages here.
The fat lore dump.
Oh yeah, this entire session was just gonna be fat lore dumps.
Originally, well, me and Raylan were at the Gerudo Desert. We entered there due to a few mishaps and troubles that were brewing. You see, there were pirates causing a fuss over by the city, the Gerudo capital. And he looks at you, Samira. I believe you know of the pirates riding their sand skiffs over there. It was the pirate leader, Dinara, I believe her name was. And upon tracking her down, we ran into Yara at the time. And I assure you she was most unpleased to see us. She was distrustful of us at first, but she warmed up to us eventually.
That is quite a feat.
You're preaching to the choir. You see him like kind of stroking his beard and kind of reminiscing about it. And there's this smile on his face. Well, eventually we were able to chase them out. Yara came to an agreement with Dinara. And they haven't, at least I haven't been there in ages. There was peace between the pirates and the city afterwards. Yard came with us afterwards. She was vibrant and courageous and lovely. Once she let her guard down.
T.
Who is the other person?
I believe you met him briefly the short instance he was here. Goramato of the Gorons.
That's right.
He was He is still chieftain of the Gorons. Although he has many subordinates at his side that take over his role. And even when we originally met him, he was chieftain then. He's if the stories about him are true, he has lived for quite a time. He did not speak much. He did like to eat a lot.
That sounds like somebody else I know.
We were poor for a short stint in those years. There will be days where Goramato will find our coin purses and rummage through and eat many of the rupees that were in there.
That's a good guy.
Yeah. Also sounds like somebody else we know.
Remember,
That was his son, I remember.
yeah, Dermanga. That's Dermanga's Goramato's son.
Mhm. His paw.
That's his pa. When we were together, it was fun. Don't get me wrong, there were bad times as well, but there were more good than bad. Eventually, the sorcerer that we were talking about appeared and started causing mayhem throughout the land.
Yeah, that's right. Mom said something about you guys having something to stop it.
It was a weapon. Raylan was the one who wielded it. During our fight against... I guess I'll just say it right now.
Yeah, let's go.
Hey.
You got the name.
Write this down.
Write this down. Write this down.
Yeah. I have to read it because otherwise I forget how to pronounce it. Where's
Start
my
with an A?
start? It does start with an A. And that's why I'm having a hard time with it. One moment.
I think I know what it
Andrew,
is, but
Alex, Adam.
no.
Nah.
Aghanim.
Aghanim?
Indeed.
That would be funny.
Asmodeus.
But with an A.
Aghanim.
Hey, Helios.
Ativma.
Ativma.
Yes.
Ativma.
Ativma.
Roll a tiefling. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That dude's from our tribe.
I'll spell it for you
Oh,
you guys
Ativma.
can see the spelling for it.
Yes. Thank you.
If there we go.
Shut the fuck up. Autisma.
It's like I said, it's hard to pronounce. Ativma. The sorcerer Ativma started corrupting the land. And the five of us, including Impa, went ahead and tried to fight back against him. Unfortunately, his power was strange and unusual. We weren't able to make any sort of contact against him. Eventually, after many battles and narrowly escaping by the skin of our teeth, the princess at the time, who is now my wife, called us. She bestowed a sword. She told us that it was a weapon that should be able to strike down this foe. That it was blessed ages ago with a light to repel evil. Although only one of us can wield it. You see there's this scrunched up, like a hint of guilt crosses over his face. And we just went at each other. Arguing over something so simple. He looks towards the gravestone. Raylan didn't. He said to us that it did not matter who was the one to wield the weapon. As long as we were together, we can defeat anything that crossed our path. Her Majesty took light of that. She saw that there was no corruption in his heart, and so bestowed the weapon to him. She made the right choice that day. If it was any of us, we would not have won. Especially what happened afterwards. We set off to go face Atisma, the princess in tow. When we faced him, he laughed at our faces until Raylan struck him. His tone changed then. The sword empowered Raylan by taking a bit of our essence into the blade and striking against Atifma. As soon as Atifma saw the power the blade held, he immediately begun his counterattack. He cast shadows upon our hearts. And we began fighting amongst ourselves once again. But this time not with words. We took up our blades against each other. And it was I who mortally wounded Raylan. You see, there's a stare that he's not looking at anything in the vicinity. He is looking into the past. Something etched into his memory that he cannot remove even if he wanted to. What broke the hold over me then was him just smiling and placing his hand upon my shoulder. Augustus, this is just a brief moment in time. Don't worry. It was not by your hand that you did this. The queen prepared her counterattack as well. Raylan, wounded as he was, struck out against Ativma. The blade, weakened due to our disruption in our hearts, did no more damage. It was at the very moment where we all thought was lost. Her Majesty blessed the weapon with her radiance. A light not unlike what you saw just moments ago enveloped the weapon, and he struck down Ativma. Although he laughed as he vanished, a curse will be placed upon each one of you. May the darkest parts of your heart reveal themselves in time. Afterwards, he was gone.
I'm a little worried for Goramato now. And you, for a matter of fact.
Nothing has ailed me over these years. At least none that I can think of.
Just flashes of Fallon's vision just coming to mind this entire time.
Yara grew angry. I could not talk to her anymore after that. Amato was more interested in replicating the blade. I would not allow it. It sits now below the castle, sealed.
You ever think there's going to be a time for us to use it again?
I pray that that day never comes.
Me too.
He looks at the gravestone one more time. Raylan, my friend, you were always the best of us. And a bit naive. But I guess that was always the best quality of you. When he fell, a part of me left with him. I did not have the stomach for venturing no more. So I took my claim, became a knight, and in time, I'd wed the Princess Zelda. And now I'm the king. There's a moment where there's this longing for bygone days that shows on his face. I made sure to bury him here. Actually, it was the Queen's insistence on it. I did not refute her. Every so often on special occasions would come here and we speak with him. I believe that his spirit somehow watches over the land. Forgive me. I hope that helped you
Yeah.
understand a bit.
Thanks.
Well, I can't keep you here all day as much as I'd like to. If there's any more you would like to speak of, speak to Laurel, speak to Impa. We can make arrangements during the following days till the ceremony. Samira, please, there is much to speak on. And Raudak, we must figure out what to do about those mirrors.
You know, I have one last question.
By all means, Lorath.
It's kind of an important one. I think it also is a double question. You see, there's this thing that's under the guild. And you know, I was kind of wondering about that. It seems to be a door made out of Death Mountain steel that has an inscription on it, an ancient Hylian.
I was told a bit about this underground basement that your guild has. I'm told about the door too. I will let you all know that throughout Castletown, and maybe even further beyond, there are underground catacombs that the royal family of Hyrule have used, either in time of great emergencies or exploration. That door might connect to the castle in some way or form. But it's forbidden for us to go down there.
Right. Why?
One of Hyrule's many kings from ages long ago made a decree that is still upheld to this day. That none should venture below the castle unless they invoke calamity.
Right. So, can anyone around here, and I say this knowing full well who can anyone in in Hyrule, the castle, can they speak ancient Hylian?
That is a most common thing taught among us, among the royal family. And those of a scholarly sort. And I believe your friend knows. Yes.
By the way, she has a book and I need it back, no questions asked.
You will have to find her in the
Anyways.
library.
God damn it. So the door, we have a translator, if you will. I kind of look at Raudak. And he said the door reads, "Those with the proof of the royal family of Hyrule may pass through this door." Now, if it's just an escape tunnel, it would make no sense as to why you would be banned from entering something like this. The fact that it's underneath the guild hall, where an exceptionally well-proclaimed guild used to reside, and it has such an incredible description on it, with such high amounts of security.
He
with
raises
your
he
background
raises his
and
hand.
description about it.
He raises his
Is
hand.
what's below the fucking guild hall, sir?
He raises his hand. I understand. I've never said you couldn't investigate it. Those of the royal family are forbidden to go beneath the castle. But if you keep it a secret, and he gives you a wink, investigate to
Alright,
your
a
heart
cock and
content. Investigate to your heart
Super
content.
happy. Super happy to do that. Again, the line that reads, like, we need a proof of the royal family. Just a proof. I don't think necessarily that means it's blood. Maybe a sigil, maybe a cloth, a weapon, something.
I believe that is something you will have to find out in your investigation.
So
I
what-
can't look into
Why
it.
the hell would you want to figure that out?
Imagine there's a bomb and you sleep on the bomb every night and you have the tools to disarm it. Why would you not disarm the bomb?
Yeah, but if we know how to activate it, that's just worse.
We don't know if the bomb is active or not.
Hmm.
Just leave the door alone.
What if the bomb goes off?
We'll deal with it.
That's-
We'll be dead.
No. I'd survive. I'm strong enough.
Just
Okay, fair
no.
point.
Your friend makes a valid point. There are seals at times, and especially if it has been placed by the royal family of age past, might have been put there to keep something from coming out. It could also keep wealth beyond your imagination below there. It can be nothing. It could be the sewers.
I'm sure it's a demon that we need to exorcise now.
And if
And
it
there's
is,
gonna be no money, and it's just gonna be pain.
I trust that you exercise the same caution as you did with that blade. And inform or do something about it before it becomes an issue.
You have my absolute word. You know, speaking of weapon, I'm kidding.
You, knight, over there, give him your sword.
Please, God. I'm so weak and frail.
Well, if there is nothing else, I will be returning to my duties. Once again, if you have any questions or if there's any conversations to be had, please inform Laurel or Impa. Mabel is a surefire way to get in contact with the castle. I bid you all farewell, and good job, White Whales.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
One of the knights at the stairway will lead you back out.
Son of a bitch. Nope, we have one more thing. I'm sorry. Pee-wee, you had to ask him a question. You've waited so patiently. By all means.
He starts to walk and he stops.
Well, it's about a certain baby.
Oh,
Oh.
my god.
Yeah.
I promised I'd let you ask if you waited patiently, so I'm reminding you.
One of Raylan's long descendants lives, and it's with Merryweather. And they're going to a monastery.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna have
I
you
know,
stop right
I
here.
know. Pee Wee probably doesn't fucking know. So go ahead and make a persuasion check, if you would, please. You can do so
Raylan
with
save you?
Yes, he said Raylan's.
Raylan, the guy we were just talking about that he adventured with?
Oh wait, I forgot that's not his name.
Yeah, that's why the DC is incredibly high.
Matthew, what would be the name as I correct him on the spot? I don't
Do you
wanna look
mean
through my notes.
Aticius?
Yes.
I'm rolling persuasion anyway. Yeah, I got 16. That's pretty good.
He means auticious.
Aticius, but yeah.
Atrocious.
Oh, well,
Delicious.
I don't know who that is, but yes,
Blaine's great ancestor.
and there's a child of his ancestry.
It's one of the clones.
Yeah.
It was. It's a.
We cut off his
very
soul's
long
ability
story.
to possess it, so it's on its own now. It's
As
independent.
verified with Merryweather.
And me, I also verified it.
There are many strange magics in this land, and that is some of the strangest I've ever heard. Merryweather is due to make his arrival here during the ceremony. Maybe speak with him about it.
He moves
Matter of
quick.
rather than
Wow.
wiping out a family, you can just raise the next heir. Be loyal again.
I mean, we're the ones who move quick. We got here in like fucking 4 days.
Dip, he had some other place to go to then here. Like,
If this truly be
Where's
a
Ireland?
child of Blaine Rothschild, then he holds a great burden upon his soldiers' shoulder. One of a great trader and one of a great warrior from the past. So we'll wait until the kid's older.
my baby boy's gonna be a great warrior. He's gonna be so noble.
We'll
Anything else from anyone else?
we'll let him decide his course of life.
No, I'm a total helicopter parent. He's doing what I tell him to do.
I wish you all the best of luck, and he just starts fucking.
He just runs
So
away
long.
like I need to get away from this psycho.
They're trying to
I
dump a
just
kid
grip
on
onto
me.
Pee-wee real tight. I'm like, you have a good time. So long. I'm so sorry.
The king is eventually walks past, walks away, and you lose sight of him after a bit of time. If there's anything you would like to discuss while you're here, please do so. Because you are now alone in a garden. In front
Are
of
there any notable or significant flowers around Ryland's grave?
Make a perception check, and then make a nature check.
All right. So,
Double down on this
perception.
one.
fuck me.
Okay, bad. Good start. Good start.
Yeah. And then here's my nature check. Yeah.
Even worse. Good finish. Good finish.
There's just weeds everywhere. Someone just is not taking care of this grave.
There are flowers that aren't extremely notable. There are these blue flowers that have these white hint to them. But that's about it.
Damn. Okay. I touch my hand to the headstone for just a moment.
Roll
Lift it
d20.
up, turn around. Oh, fuck. No, that 20 was almost there, dude.
Okay, continue.
You
This is
touch
golf
that
rules,
headstone.
bro.
I touched the headstone.
You touch the headstone. There's a moment where perfect time to chime in.
I was about to say, did you plan that?
Shit, here we go, boys.
There's a moment where
You get sucked between time and space, and you're gone for 7 years.
yeah,
Or
gone,
retired.
just fucking gone forever. But you close your eyes and there's that moment where this person that you heard stories about has left something really big to walk in the shadow of.
Mm-hmm.
But you have already accomplished great things. So maybe not as daunting as it should be. Anything else from anyone?
Is there a big white tree here?
There, you did notice, I'm actually glad that someone finally asked. In the garden, overhanging, above the grave, because Fallon rolled a shitty nature check,
There it is.
there's a tree, and you recognize this tree very distinctly. It looks exactly like the goddess tree. It is withered in some parts, but there is a few leaves starting to sprout from it.
Well, old George, I would like to wander up and touch the tree.
Make a d20 roll for me.
Anybody else see his lips pursed on a W for a wisdom save?
I was expecting a wisdom save.
Oh,
Right. You go ahead and you place your hand on the tree. There's a cold sensation that kind of resonates from it. But that's about it.
I look at the stone I have on my necklace. Just want to touch the stone to the tree and see if it does anything. Last time I
You
did that, some
see
very interesting
as
things happened.
Lorath touches the tree with the stone hums and starts to illuminate more and more. As the stone touches the tree, the hum grows louder. You all hear
Whoa.
Lovely.
I don't like that.
I don't like that sound, like at all.
Oh. Oh dear.
I didn't hear anything.
You
I
didn't hear
literally called, I messaged, I said oops in advance.
True, you did.
And then the
For
stone
you, Luke,
glows.
it was just like a low guttural, almost like laughing sound.
It was. I know where. I think I know where he got it, but I doesn't matter.
And that's all that happens.
Okay.
Is that someone's stomach?
I am a little hungry.
Please tell me that was someone's stomach.
I don't think so.
I
It
just
definitely
pat you on
didn't
the
come
head.
from this tree.
No.
That would be crazy, right? Just put the necklace back on. Right. That that was interesting.
Well, looks like we have 2 weeks.
Yeah, now there's a timer on death. That's fun.
Yeah, I also am very worried about my vision.
I'm worried about my sword.
That's in 2 weeks, right?
Everything's happening in 2 weeks, Fallon.
Yeah.
Get my powers back in 2 weeks, get a sword in 2 weeks, you get knighted in 2 weeks, your vision will happen probably in 2 weeks. What else do we have in 2 weeks? Did I just activate a bomb for 2
I
weeks?
really hope there's
a bomb
not
under
a
the
wedding
guild
in the
for
next 2 weeks.
Yeah,
I think
that's
we should leave.
You know, I know this boat, right? Hear me out. It'll take us back to my place.
I don't think I
We
want
could
to
all
go.
get the fuck out of here.
I second that. Wait, let's go pick up my baby first.
No.
On the way
no.
We need
out.
auditions.
No, I'm not taking care of that child. That
I
child
I'm
will.
is
not
not
grabbing I'm not grabbing an
I'm not
auditions.
paying child support.
Look,
No,
no
I'll do it.
auditions.
just because you said that you're going to take care of the child doesn't mean that everyone doesn't take care of the child, right?
As you all.
You
You're not
have-
grabbing a responsibility for everyone, you little rat fuck.
As you
No,
all
DM, I
argue.
have one more question for
Table
Laurel.
the longest time.
She ain't here anymore. She left with the king.
Damn it.
You guys were all by yourself here.
All right, what are we doing?
As
Where are
you
we going?
as you guys argue about child support, you eventually walk outside the garden with a little bit of extra knowledge in your head. There is a knight waiting at the stairs, and he shows you the way out of the castle.
He shows us the way.
He shows you the way.
Do we?
You are brought back to the carriage and escorted back to the guild. And I think we will conclude.
I have one question for Mabel before.
Well, I was going to say we can conclude the session here because there's going to be more I'm going to go over with you guys in just a bit.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right. But we can conclude the session here as you all return to the guild. We'll say it's around 12 p.m. right now, just for sanity's sake. You have plenty of time to do whatever else you guys want to
We
do.
have 2 fucking weeks.
Oh yeah, and 2 weeks downtime. There's that too.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit of time. Yeah, just a little bit of time. But yeah, you guys have 2 weeks downtime.
I'm glad we didn't talk to Sanka. She scares me.